What's going on, everyone? Today we're going to be working on this Note 20 Ultra blacked out LCD, broken back. Customer does not want the back replaced, so we're going to do our best to take it off without breaking it more. So we're going to go ahead and dip our pry tool into some alcohol. Go right underneath, just like that. Then we're going to get a thin piece of plastic card, dip it in alcohol, get rid of the metal. Don't go in too deep here. You don't want to cut anything. You don't want to damage the wireless charging coil. Once you feel resistance, just go ahead and get more alcohol. Alright, simple as that. Took it out without breaking it anymore. Not that it's in the best shape, but it is what it is. Customer doesn't want to spend the money. We're not going to argue with them. Alright, next thing we're going to do is remove all these screws here to remove this whole back covering. Someone at the factory was pissed off when they put these screws on. They're never this tight.
That's funny because ironically touched the 40s, I've touched the 60s in the 40s. Everybody does that. Every man I feel like has that disease, bro.
Customers are always having interesting conversations with the intakers outside. I'm still trying to figure out why these screws are on so tight. Alright, next what we're going to do is disconnect this wireless charging coil, just like that. Careful right here, there's adhesive under there, just pry up gently. Once you do that, you can fold it back, go underneath the speaker. There, that's that. We'll put that to the side. Go ahead and remove the other piece. Alright, next what we're going to do is disconnect the battery, disconnect the screen. Alright, before we install the new screen, we always test it, make sure it works. You don't want to install this screen and it's not working, it's defective, and most suppliers will not take it back after installation. Connect the screen from the outside just like that. Connect the battery. Hit the power button. And of course it's dead. I'm gonna put it on charge and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back. Hopefully I have enough juice. I'll tell you what's going on here. I put the wireless charging coil back on. Once I put a screen on, I'll show you guys exactly why I did that. Connect the battery. Alright, connect the battery back. There we go. Just going to move it away from the screen just in case they have personal backgrounds or anything. Alright, we're good. So all we do is just test, go to emergency, hit random numbers, make sure everything's working. Okay, we're good to go. Great, no passcode. So if that happens, you don't have a passcode, you could just black out the screen and disconnect the battery. Remove the screen. Okay, so the reason I had the wireless charging coil back on is if you try to charge this phone without this connected to where it belongs, it's just going to give you a little explanation mark in a triangle saying it's not charging because it's not reading this. That's just the way these are made. So put this on if you're charging. If you see that, don't panic. Nothing's going to happen. That's pretty much it to it. I'm going to put this back on the heat plate so I can remove the screen and we'll be right back. Alright guys, this thing's back off the heat mat. And do the same process that we did with the back. Dip our pry tool into some alcohol. Go in between the screen and the housing. This is a bad LCD, so we don't care about saving it. But it's pretty much the same process. If you feel resistance, add more alcohol. Alcohol, this is 99%, so it evaporates. It will not harm the phone in any way. On the top part where the cameras and everything is, I like to go with the plastic piece. And the resistance. There you go. That's that. Put this guy to the side. Now we're just going to go ahead and prep the housing for the new screen. Got to remove all this old adhesive and everything.
this one, these two right here would be better than that one and that one. You want one of those? Do you want the? Oh wait, they're both. Yeah, out of the regular. Which way smells this though? Yeah.
It's a pretty straightforward repair. Just if you've never done it, follow the steps, take your time on it, don't rush. A lot of people mess up is because they're rushing it or they're not paying attention to exactly what to do.
It comes with the charger, yes.
Yeah, this is some pretty sticky stuff. Alright, next thing I like to do after all the adhesive is removed off of it, I like to get my brush. This is made by Qianli. It's called the eye brush. This thing's like 25 bucks, but worth every penny. I've been having this for like 2 years, still going. I use this for a lot for soldering also, for liquid damaged phones to scrub up some stuff. Just want to make sure you get all the little particles and shards of glass and everything off. You don't want to leave it in there. Get the dust off so the adhesive, the new adhesive, sticks better. So after I do that, I dip my little piece of cloth into some alcohol. Just like that. Clean this front camera a little bit, it's a little dusty. Then get the dry side. Perfect. OCD kicked in. Okay, I'm gonna line up the screen real quick, make sure the frame's not bent or anything, and we are good. So next we're gonna get this. This was provided with the screen. Pretty much it's the new adhesive. Sometimes these are a pain to put on, so bear with me. Just gotta take our time, line everything up. It's like doing a puzzle. There we go. We'll do that sometimes, that's no big deal. We'll just cut it and realign it. We did stretch that one, so we'll cut off the excess one. Get a thin piece of 1mm Tesa. Put it on the bottom side, just like this. They forgot to put it in the box, no big deal. Alright, almost ready for our new screen to go on here. Got that, flatten this part out. There we go. Let's go ahead and peel the protective film off of this Tesa tape. Next, what I like to do is add the B7000 glue. A very, very thin layer. You don't want to put too much of this, because if this goes into the OLED, you will screw that OLED up. A lot of people put a lot. Just a very small slide across, not too much, no need for much. It's pretty strong stuff. The screen will never lift on its own. You'll never have a customer come back because the screen is lifting if you do this. Did that. I don't like the way the frame looks here. I'm gonna pull that out a little bit. Perfect. There we go. Now we're gonna almost break the new screen. Take this protective film off the back of the screen. Put that into position. So what happens is this guy goes in here, this one goes in through here. So what we're going to do is put the long one in first, put the little guy in, line up the screen just like that. Everything's good. This is out. Okay, screen is lined up, we're good to go. Go ahead and plug in the screen. Plug in the S Pen connector. If you don't connect this, the pen on the notes aren't going to work. Connect our battery. Everything's connected. Next we're going to get our speaker with the wireless charging coil. Alright, put it in place. Connect this connector. There's another connector here. Push down on it. It has a white tab on it. It's this guy right here. So it has two connectors on it. Next, what you do is get your other piece. Lift this. Disconnected. I did it backwards. Okay, put that in place. That's in place. There's a connector here. You connect that. You'll hear it pop into place. Then you'll do that. Put that connector back on. Put this connector back on. And there we have it. Now we put the screws back on. Might have noticed I have all the screws in order, so I like to put in the screws back into where they came from, just in case they're different sizes. I'd rather not risk breaking the board, going through the board, or breaking the LCD. It has happened before. But I think a lot of these companies or manufacturers are starting to use one-size screws. Okay. Magnetize my screwdriver real quick. Like I said, it's a very straightforward repair. Very, very easy to do. If you've never done it before, take your time. Rewind the video a few times if you have to. You got this. If there's any repairs that you guys would like to see videos on, please let us know in the comments, and we would really appreciate it if you guys like and subscribe to the channel. That will really help us out. At least I know that all this effort is helping somebody out there. So the backstory on this is the customer went to a very big chain, U-Break iFix, wanted just to fix the front screen, because if she didn't have enough funds or whatever the case was, we didn't question her. It's none of our business, but U-Break iFix said they will not fix the front because the back is broken. You need to get the back fixed as well. And I don't know why that is or what difference it makes. So she was pretty upset about that. Called us, asked us if we need to fix the back too. We said no if you don't want to. So here we are now. Yeah, I never really got that part though. I mean, I don't know why you would refuse a customer because they don't want to fix the back glass. But I've never heard that before from any other customers. But a lot of people don't tell us anything, so I don't know. She could have just got a bad vibe or something. She was probably pissed, so very possible, made up story. It's happened. We hear it all the time. In this business, there's a lot of stories. I mean, we've heard of stories where they put their phone on charge and wake up in the morning and the phone is completely shattered. So after we clean the back, prep it, we're going to get more of our B7000. Go all around. Very lightly. Again, you don't have to drench this thing with glue. And this B7000, once it cures and everything, and you do need to get back in there, all you got to do is put it on the heat mat or get it with a heat gun, and it's soften right up and come right off. Okay, that's the final result. Let's go ahead and power it on one more time, do a final test, and clamp it up for the customer to pick it up. From this to this. That's just all the dust from underneath. There's a protective film on it, so once you pull it off, we're good. We're good to go. That's it. So please like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments if there's any videos you would like to see. I'll talk to you guys next time.